The WTO has a unique combination of powers and functions. Its rules extend beyond the traditional domain of tariffs and trade in goods and reach deep into domestic affairs. WTO rulings have direct economic consequences for entire nations as well as the private sector. The Inter-Parliamentary Union and the European Parliament together sponsor a conference of parliamentarians at the WTO each year to show the strong relationship between the WTO and parliaments of the world.
We are the sovereign nations who are negotiating here. And as sovereign nations, the trade policies of every country are impacted. And the politicians or who give us the guidance, the ministers, they have a connection with their own stakeholders.
The parliamentarians in each country, they are here to represent the voice of the people. They are here to air out the problems which face the people in their different capacities. And therefore, the WTO is linked to our people through the members of Parliament.
As far as parliamentarians are concerned, it's impossible to talk about trade without talking about and involving parliamentarians. And the reason for that is that trade is not just creating something and manufacturing something and selling it to another country. It involves employment, it involves health, transportation, and many other things. And these are the things that parliamentarians talk about and deal with on a daily basis. So there is a huge link between trade, WTO, and parliamentarians.
You are, in many ways, the House of Parliament. We are the House of Trade. And this link, exchange, bridge between the House of Parliament and the House of Trade is extremely important to us for one simple reason, which is that we believe that we are accountable to parliamentarians. Of course, WTO remains an organization between governments, but these governments are accountable to you. So in this way, we are accountable to you. And we believe that this accountability and your own engagement and involvement in our trade issues is a good way to strengthen the multilateral trading system, providing legitimacy for what we do.
We have to find ways where we can work even more closely together, because once the negotiators work out terms of some form of an agreement, that agreement has to be put in the form of legislation and passed through our houses of parliaments around the world. And so the earlier you can get parliamentarians involved in understanding the issues and wanting to respond to them in a positive way, the better it is, and you have a greater chance of having something effective put in place.
The politicians themselves, they should enhance understanding of the WTO itself and its process and the multilateral trading system. So I think that is the first thing we should do. And secondly, politicians should, their understanding and information about the WTO, and they share their kind of understanding with their local constituencies. That might improve the public understanding of the WTO.
La dimension parlementaire de l'OMC, nous avons comme mission d'expliquer d'abord à nos collègues au niveau des différents parlements nationaux comment ça fonctionne véritablement, quel est notre rôle, parce que nous avons un rôle, même si nous ne participons pas aux négociations proprement dites. Nous devons également expliquer à nos populations l'intérêt. Et je crois qu'il faut aider la population, aider nos concitoyens à bien comprendre que la solution n'est pas dans le repli sur soi. Le repli derrière nos frontières n'est pas dans le protectionnisme, comme ce fut le cas lors de la grande crise de 1929. Et puis bien faire comprendre que c'est précisément au travers du développement économique entre nos différents pays qu'on peut améliorer la situation des hommes et des femmes dans nos pays respectifs.
when they are here, they interact informally with each other, and they can understand each other better, the realities which are there, and they can tomorrow talk to one another more freely when they all go back to the capital. And secondly, all the parliamentarians are from some constituencies. They can go back there and talk to their constituencies and provide an input to the cabinet or to the ministers. This will be, although the results may not be visible very soon, but this is the effort which continuously has to be done.
Surely, considering the stalemate of the Doha round, definitely we need some political input to reactivate the WTO process to finish the Doha round. We need some kind of courage to persuade their own constituencies and to cooperate themselves with their political colleagues from other countries.
Certains estiment que le moment est peut-être venu, au bout de 10 ans de négociations, d'engranger un certain nombre de résultats. Mais il est clair que dans le moment que...
One of the things that's been missing for the last decade is that there has not been enough participation of the people who represent the people, that is, the parliamentarians. And in any House of Parliament, there is the upper house, and there's the executive, and the ministers, and so on, but there are also the grassroots parliamentarians who deal with the people. And one of the things that's been lacking is that the grassroots parliamentarians have not been engaged as much as they should have been.
The WTO is a very good structure where we voice our feelings, our opinions, and we lay bare what our parliaments feel about trade. So parliamentarians are at home, and they need to utilize the WTO as a tool to advance trade and also to advance the Doha rounds.